Hello, welcome back to my channel. I'm Victoria and I run Studio Biku in Shimokitazawa in Tokyo. Today I'm going to share with you a really super fun and easy eco craft that I've been doing lately. This is a way to use up all your scraps. I've been using scrap cotton and also some kimono as well. Today's tutorial is all about fabric tape. You can use this kind of tape in journaling projects, in card making, even to seal a gift with. You can make little packs up and give them as gifts, or even make packs up and sell them. What makes this super exciting for me personally is that I get to use up all the scraps that I have in stock. I've been using just basic cotton. This is a Japanese cotton. It's not as fine as lawn, but it's just like a quite thin cotton. I'm finding that thin things work best, like this Christmas one. I also have this thin cotton, which is going to be perfect for Christmas with baubles on it. But I'm also experimenting with kimono as well. But I know that natural fibres are going to work better, so I'm just searching around for any cotton or silk at the moment. I've tried to keep this tutorial really accessible so you don't need any special tools. So just need a little bit of scrap fabric. I've just got out my regular box cutter. You don't need a special craft knife for this. Some regular scissors. And you might have some double-sided tape lurking around. If not, this is quite cheap. I also had this in my cupboard, which was from a project of laying some vinyl down in my kitchen in the studio a couple of years ago, and I'm finding the wide tape really cool. Plus, I think this one has much better grip, being that it's used for vinyl. So that's my cheap tip. I believe this was a lot cheaper than this because this has the craft kind of branding on it, and this is just your regular home centre tape. You'll also need some kind of cutting surface, as well as maybe some fabric shears if you have them, but absolutely not necessary if these are sharp enough. Okay, let's get into the project. I have some fabric that I've cut down a little bit so it's not so big, so it's easy to manage. I have some, this is not kimono, this is kind of Japanese print, cotton print. It is also in a navy. It looks like indigo, but it's not, it's fake indigo. And all you have to do is put it face down on your mat. That's all you have to remember. You're working on the back. So that's the front and that's the back. And I'm going to do, I'll start with the wide tape. So this is the one that is used for the flooring. And all I'm going to do is just trim a little piece off with my regular scissors. And I'm just going to put it on the wrong side of the fabric. So I'll show you the wide one first. This is definitely the most economical one. So all you're going to do is just put the sticky side down and then turn it over and just make sure that it's stuck really, really well. Okay. And that's kind of all you have to do. You're just going to trim around it. If you want to use these as really big ones, you can use it, and maybe in a journal you can use it as a huge label for something, or on cards. I tend to use it for packaging for my jewellery business, but you can use it for whatever you like. When you're cutting with the box cutter, just do a little dig into the fabric, because what you don't want to do is drag the corner of the fabric away. It actually happened on that side a little bit, so I'm just going to straighten it up, and I'm going to dig and then cut. Okay, you can see a little bit of fraying, but I don't mind that. Or a quicker way is to just trim with scissors, or you could use a rotary cutter for this bit as well, but I was trying to stay away from specialised tools if you don't have them at home. But by all means use your rotary cutter if you have one. Okay, so there is a fabric tape sticker now. Now I can use this as is, or I can make it into smaller pieces to secure things in my journal. So all you need to do is just make this into smaller pieces. And you have tape. Or you can do long pieces, totally up to you. Or really thin ones. Or a bit wider ones. There you go. And these are now all stickers. I'll show you what I mean. You just peel away when you want to use it. You see it's got glue on the back now because it's double-sided tape. And then throw that away. And this is really sticky, so you can stick it in your journal. You can make photograph albums, whatever you like. Okay, now I'm going to make one with this tape. So this is kind of a commercial crafting tape. So I'm sure it'll work just as well, but it's definitely more expensive. So I'm just going to pull off maybe a bit longer tape, like this. I'm going to do it on the pink one now. Make sure it's the wrong side. And just when you're pushing it on, make sure that there are no wrinkles, because getting them out afterwards is a bit harder. And there we go. Now that's, just make sure it's completely stuck. Oh, I have to go. So it's completely stuck. And now I'm going to trim off the excess. Now you can do this also with a craft knife if you're very careful. But to be honest, I think this is fine. And just make sure one last time that it's stuck. And there you have your tape. So now I'm going to make some out of kimono, because this is a bit of an experiment. I think this might be too bumpy to use, but let's just see. I might do the big tape for this one. But just to be, I'm just going to do a small piece of the big tape. So this is the back. And I'm going to stick it on. Okay, so let's see if it's too bumpy or not. I'll have to still stick it down. This is called shibori, and it's textural because it's like a very, very painstakingly made tie-dye kimono. So these kimono tapes are really good for packaging, so that I can have a little nod to the material that I make my jewellery out of and put it in on the packaging. And there you go. Now I'm going to see if this works, transferring the tape to it and make a small one. Let's see. I might go this way. For some reason these scissors, I don't know whether it's the scissors or the tape, it's making me cut really wonky. But there you go. So I'll make sure that it's completely stuck. And then I think it has really worked super duper well. Yay! You can see. And if I just put it on some paper, let's see how well it sticks. Yeah, it's stuck completely down. Very successful, that one. Let's try a different kind. That was the shibori, so that's actually the most challenging kind, I think. And I've also got this silk. It's very, very fine silk. You know, kind of, this is what is usually in a sleeve or in a hem of a kimono on the inside of the lining. So let's see if it works. I don't know if it's going to or not. I think I'll do it this way so that I can see an ombre effect. Now I think from making these tapes, I'm not so bothered about wrinkles, but if you're bothered about wrinkles, I would press the fabrics before. But you know, I want it to look like fabric. I don't want it to look like washi tape because it's not. So I don't mind a little wrinkle here and there. That's what fabric does. So there we go. It's stuck. And then I'm actually going to cut it with this time. See if it works. Bit hard to cut silk, do you see? Maybe scissors are better. Let's see. Scissors are better in this case. And then okay. There we go. I quite like it when it does this fraying a bit, because then it really looks like fabric. Yeah, this, I don't know whether it's my scissors that can't cut straight or it feels like the blades are going wonky. These are very cheap scissors though. And there you go. So when we put it on the paper, transfers the blue glue. Let's see. The only thing I would say about this one is you can see the blue tape through it. So I wonder if I use this one, that it would be better. Looks better, doesn't it? So let's see if it transfers better. Yeah, you can see that the glue is clear on this one, so let's have a look. You can see a slight blue tinge on this one. This one's got a blue stain on it anyway, but it's definitely whiter. So that's something to bear in mind if you're using the cheap tape, that you will get a blue tinge to it. But kimono works, no problem. I wonder what else we could use to make stickers. Well, that was a fun session, wasn't it? I really enjoyed making that tape. So I'm going to be doing a studio hours about this, where I'm just making tape over and over and over again in my studio. So if you need a virtual studio buddy, then join me every Friday for studio hours where we can just create quietly together. See you next time.